All right, number 5. Look at the number lines in problems 2 through 4. How is showing fractions on a number line like showing fractions using models? So we've got the problems 2 through 4 here, and it wants to know how it is the same showing fractions on a number line as showing fractions on a model. And I'm going to get rid of the lines right here and use this example so we can explain it. Well, this right here is this shape right here that they put on here. They put it there for a reason. They put it there because you guys have been learning about fractions using models. And that's a terrible rectangle, but you get the point. That model has been put on top of your number line so that you can see how each one of these spaces in the model is just like one space on the number line. So they're trying to get you to see the relationship between models by putting a model on top of the number line, because each one of these is one out of the 6 pieces that this number line makes up, right? So since it's one out of the 6, it's just like our number line down here where we've got each one is traveling a 6. So 1 6 plus another 1 6 gets us to 2 6. And 2 6 plus another 1 6 gets us to 3 6. So those models are there to help you, which now they've taken the model away for you to try and start understanding it without the model. So look at the sections between. We do the same exact thing. It does not matter at all how many numbers are on your number line. You can pick any 2 numbers. I'm going to pick 3 and I'm going to pick 4. How many spaces are there in between 3 and in between 4? How many spaces are there in between those 2 whole numbers? There's 1 space and 2 spaces. Now, I like to make sure the number line's not trying to trick me at all, so I check all of them. There's 0 and 1. How many spaces are there? 1, 2. Perfect. How many spaces are there between 1 and 2? 1, 2. How many spaces between 2 and 3? 1, 2. So, since there are 2 spaces in between every whole number, that tells me that my denominator is going to be what? Perfect. 2. Every single time my denominator is 2. See if it'll let me do all my 2's. Okay. How many equal parts are there in each section? One section is the whole numbers, guys. How many spaces are there in between each one of the whole numbers? Perfect. There are 2 equal parts. What fraction does each part show? Each part shows 1/2. 1/2. That's 1/2. This is 2/2. Now this, because we're going past 1, is going to be a fraction greater than 1. That is 3/2. Then we have 4/2. And then we have 5/2. 6/2. Next comes, 7/2 and 8/2. Try that one more time. Now there are other ways to write these fractions. These are just fractions greater than 1 written like that. Each mark on the number line represents a fraction. What denominator will all the fractions have? All the fractions are going to have a denominator of 2.